launching this the other day. And it is the most advanced arcade system we've ever offered. Now what happened is, this is an arcade game, and we usually do these. We will do 2 games for one of these, and it will be about $200. We've done 4 games under one of these, and that was even more. Well, tonight, we've now gone up to 8 games per unit. It's the most games we've ever done. It's super authentic, which is really cool, and we have 2 choices available. We've got Centipede you're seeing here, which again includes 8 different games, and then we have Pac-Man, which also has 8 different games. And my new favorite is Mappy right here. I'm gonna play that for you in just a second. So we've got a lot to get into, and I'm gonna get Bill Dugan, who's gonna join us. He's gonna tell us more about it. Bill, are you ready? Are you there?
Oh, I'm ready. Game on, Suzanne. We're going to have
Bill.
fun tonight. How are you? I'm
good.
so glad that the Partycade is back. So Arcade1Up brings us the Partycade, and they launched this last year, won Toy Tech of 2019 with this technology, but it was a bigger footprint. The Partycade, which you're going to see, is exclusive to us, only here at HSN and QVC. And you see, it's just very versatile. I still have that 17-inch screen size, which is the same as the big freestanding one, which costs twice the price, an hour of assembly, and doesn't have all these games. So what's really cool about the Partycade is you have a choice tonight. Centipede or Pac-Man. Centipede has that rollerball game experience. Pac-Man, classic joystick, just like you would find in the arcade. That's why people are in love with this, because it's truly an authentic flashback for whomever you give this to. So Pac-Man has 8 games. Pac-Man, Pac Land, Super Pac-Man, Super Xevious, Mappy, Dig Dug, Galaga, and Galaxian. That comes up to $25 a game. So it's hours of fun. I'm not playing online. I'm not playing with strangers. No Wi-Fi enabled. Oh, and by the way, no quarters either. Truly a plug-and-play experience. Come over to Centipede. Remember, that has the rollerball. The 8 games that has: Centipede, Millipede, Crystal Castle, Liberator, Missile Command, Super Breakout, Avalanche, and Akbar. And the cool part about this is, yes, it is the footprint. And I'm going to show you one thing. More importantly, free shipping is still being honored right now. So this big box that it comes in, fully assembled with all the hardware, which I'll show you why that hardware matters, it ships to you for free. So a big box like that, but this is the Partycade. I'm going to pop this off the wall, and I want you to notice how slim this is. This is a unique footprint because it works for all our homes, apartments, kids' rooms, guest rooms. If I was to have 8 arcade games in my family room, I'd have to have a really big family room, or the kids' room. That's why this footprint is exclusive to us at HSN, stands about 7.5 inches wide, so I mean deep, so it really doesn't stick off the wall too much. They added artwork to the side panel this year, so it really is visual. And the unit itself weighs about 27 pounds, about 29 inches tall, I believe. But boom, that wall mounting bracket, it's included. The over-the-door bracket is included. Totally adjustable down to a littler level for littler kids, which is great. And you even have feet if you want to play at tabletop. And that's why the Partycade was exclusive and so popular. Because, you know, we all don't have the luxury of a big gaming room, but we all can afford, you know, a little door space, a little wall space. Or parents appreciate the fact that I can pack it up and put it away, because it's one piece. You just plug it in and you're up and running. So Suzanne, I know you played a lot of Pac-Man in your day.
I did.
But you discovered one of the 8 was now your new favorite.
Oh my goodness, so when we were playing with this, most of the time when we're out here, we're goofing around with Pac-Man just because it's the old favorite and we all know it and grew up with it. I gotta tell you, I'm gonna play Mappy here in just a second. Mappy rocks, Mappy's the best. There's something about the bounciness, but what's really cool is you get 8 distinct games. You know, it's just not a different version of the same thing over and over again. It's a totally different experience. And so what's really cool about that is, oh, I got eaten. Well, what's really neat about that is everybody at any level, guy or girl, any age, will find something they love about it. And I think the reason this has been so popular, and I think we've now sold, what, over like 30,000 of them or something this season, just this holiday season, by the way. Is that what it is, Rick? You have to give me an update, Rick, because I do not know. Rick, my producer. Oh, Rick. Okay, how many of these sold so far this season? Yeah. Okay, we've sold almost 31,000. And here's your chance to be able to get our final quantity before they're totally sold out. It's so much fun, it's engaging, everybody can do it together, unlike really complicated handheld units. It's a blast. Now, something else, Bill, I'd love to talk about real quick. When we sold this the other day, kind of its big presentation, we had a big full-size arcade unit that's almost $500 on hsn.com. 500 bucks, okay? Full size, you literally kind of hunch over it and play like you would the old way. This is the exact same screen size as the one that retails on .com for almost $500. But certainly, but I love that, and that's so important to note. You're not missing any of the screen size. They've just eliminated all the extra stuff. So now it can be tabletop, it can be door, or it can be wall mounted. And that's a really big deal. Plus, on the other ones, it's not 8 games. Now you're getting 8 games per machine. Oh, also a little side note, Ms. Pac-Man's already sold out. So all we have left is Centipede and Pac-Man. And you know, for me, Bill, this is truly the ultimate family gift because it doesn't matter what sex you are, guy, girl, what age you are, everybody gets into this and everybody loves playing it.
They do. I mean, Pac-Man was literally created to get more women into the arcades. Also, Pac-Man is celebrating its 40th birthday this year. It came out in 1980. Nothing is hotter right now than Pac-Man, but it is. It's approachable for all ages, all skill levels. Some people say, you know, it's like playing checkers. Oh, I remember this. And trust me, I've played the puzzles and the board games with the family all year long. This is easier setup and playing than setting up Monopoly, which, I mean, I love Monopoly, but sometimes I don't have time for Monopoly. And what's great about this, 1 or 2 player, I'm going to turn up that volume because you still have all that audio just like we would in the arcade. Parents, you can appreciate the fact that it has volume control, so I can turn it down or turn it off. I appreciate the versatility of it. I'm here in a condo. I don't have a room or much space for that larger unit that you're talking about. This I can do. This I can bring out when I have company, or maybe put it away when I don't have company, because it's the more versatile size in terms of the Partycade. You just have to realize the Partycade is exclusive to us, and the Partycade does have that same big screen as that larger unit, which is double the price and an hour of assembly. So Centipede, you see, has that rollerball, which fun gaming. It's authentic gaming, too. I don't want anyone to think, you know, we kind of knocked off Pac-Man and it's kind of Centipede-like. This is truly the originals, fully licensed, all 8 games. And Suzanne, oh, look at this example. So the door hanging bracket's perfect. Maybe it's a dorm room. Maybe it's an apartment. Don't want to drill in the wall? That's fine. Maybe you want to bring it out to the coffee table or the kitchen counter because that's where everyone's hanging out. You can do that. The feet and the brackets, all included, even the wall mounting bracket. And look at the 8 games. We've never done 8 games before in the Partycade. We started it with just 2 extra games. We've gone big this year because we want you to enjoy it. And that's where, you know, that's the kids' closet door. That could be, you know, the laundry room door. Now it's a gaming area, and you can easily pack it up and put it away. Because I do have commitment issues, so drilling into the walls always makes me a little nervous. That's why I like those door hanging brackets are great. I love giving a big gift because it's like, who's the big gift from? That's right, it's from Uncle Bill. Right. But if I was to give this to my brother-in-law, right? If I was to give this to my brother-in-law, he would love it. He would feel like he's a 10-year-old kid again, but he also gets to introduce his kids to the same games he grew up with. And, you know, he could have his buddies over on game night or poker night, and maybe they're hanging out in the backyard. You could easily bring this out to the backyard. Oh, that didn't last long. Bring it out to the backyard and play wherever. You just need power. And, Suzanne, you had said something when we did have this earlier. We used to play these for as long as we had quarters, and we could only get that good. Now we can get really good, and, you know, maybe you master Centipede. That's cool. Move on to another game. Or as I was talking about you throughout the day, I was like, you know, Suzanne she mastered Pac-Man, so she kind of moved on to some of the other 8 games, and she got obsessed with this Mappy. She had not. Oh, there you go.
I know. I'm totally playing Mappy right now. I had to. I'm like, I think it's the most hilarious game, and I've never played it before, but it's really, really fun. And you know what's really cool is it's very intuitive play. You know, it's not like you have to have a physics degree or a college degree or, you know, understand complicated mathematics. And, you know, when you're playing with the handheld units today, you have to do A, B, Z twist, you know, put a foil tin hat on your head to be able to play a video game. And you know, quite frankly, if you're trying to play with your son or your daughter's video games, they're so complicated, you kind of have to sit there and you can't participate. With this one, I'm not kidding you. When you pull it out, everybody's gonna go, oh my gosh, what is this? And they are gonna be 100% obsessed with it. Like, they're gonna wanna play. So, and everybody's not looking at their phones. Everybody's not in a tablet. Nobody's, you know, falling asleep in front of a game. We all can gather around and compete against each other. And what I love too, guys, it's very authentic. This is 1 to 2 players. You have all the buttons you have. In fact, I'm gonna hit this. You hit this for 5 seconds, and it takes you back to the 5 or the 8 games. The most games we've ever done, the most versatility we've ever done. Now look at this. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play Galaxian. I'm gonna go down here, over here. Now watch what's interesting on this. I'm gonna play single player. And now watch what happens. So if you played this back in the day, guys, you know what we're gonna do here. So let me hit this. I'm gonna start a new game. And again, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Just like
so
the original.
It's amazing because it's just like the original, but you never run out of quarters. All you need is to plug this baby in and start having fun. Oh, well, I kind of stink at it. But anyway, that's the fun and that's the challenge of it. Bill, what's been the reaction? Because we've been selling this for a couple of days now. We started it last week. What are most people saying about this when they pick it up?
Well, people have been getting excited to go back to their youth. And whether it was a present for the kids or was a present for someone else in the family, they love the nostalgia. It is simple gaming, because you said it. The gaming consoles that are out there today, one, they're hard to find, very expensive. And then the gaming is just for the gamer. I mean, they're so focused. Their eyes are on the game, and they're not talking to mom and dad.
Right.
And, you know, mom and dad really can't get in on the action. I would go visit my niece and nephew, and they're like, do you want to watch us play video games? I'm like, that sounds boring. I'd rather play with you.
Right.
But, I mean, I've tried, and they're, like, laughing at me because, like, oh, my God, do this, do that. I'm like, this is that simple gaming. Remember, you have that trackball, rollerball, so it easily rolls side to side. Same with the joystick. Follow it around. Very intuitive, and that's when it gets fun. Grandma, you're going to see everyone getting on here, and you're like, wait a second, I can give this a try. Or one of my favorites, actually, you were talking about what people have enjoyed, where maybe some grandparents have picked this up to leave at their house. So they always had a gaming console, something for the kids to look forward to. But then if they did need to pack it up and put it away, it's one unit. It is that smaller Partycade profile, which we all can appreciate. And they've made it even prettier this year with the artwork on the side, and it's all fully licensed artwork. And remember, that large box doesn't just contain the unit fully assembled. It does also include this metal hardware and brackets, which is, you know, starts to add some heft to the big size box, get it shipping to you for free. And it's hours of fun and gaming, nostalgia. And as Suzanne said, yes, I can easily just hold down my player 1 button. I don't just have 1 or 2 options. You have 8 gaming options built in. Remember, it's $25 a game. That's Mappy, which again, I've not played much either myself, but then it was like, you know, I'm up for a little challenge this afternoon. Why not give it a go? And the kids aren't playing on the TV. So guess what? You can watch your TV too, which is great. And they're also not playing online, because sometimes our Wi-Fi connection is very important, so we can Skype and Zoom with work. So it's like, get off your tablets and Wi-Fi, please. I need a good connection. Right. So this is just easy peasy, and it's just, if you give it to someone, they're gonna wanna share it. And that's what's cool too, because you mentioned like, you're so focused. You could be talking and playing this game. It's that intuitive and easy. So
well,
it's just like,
it's really fun, because then everybody gathers around and they start laughing, and then you have such a good time. You know what I mean? You have a good time with it. And like I said, you're gonna explore and learn new games. This Mappy, I only started playing the other day. Oh, look at that one. I got a whole bunch of points there. But oh, wait, but I got another thingy chasing me now. Like, why is that little, oh, that guy's gonna get me. I gotta figure out how to get the blinking door open. I haven't quite figured that one out, but I'll do it later. But what's, you know, really awesome about this, to your point, Bill, is this is something the whole family's gonna enjoy. And if you're a grandma or grandpa out there and you're like, I wanna have one item that when the kids come to see me, we can play together. Or that they get so excited they're coming to my house because I've got this, and the only time they get to play it is at your house. That's gonna be like the coolest grandma and grandpa there is. And again, it's not boring. You know, you don't, and also for me as a mom, and I know from my friends who are moms, some of the games that are out there right now are super, super violent. Like, just, they're way too violent for my taste. And I don't think, personally, you know, I think it's tough for any age to be playing those kind of violent games, but you know, to each his own. But I think especially for younger children, you don't want them playing those games. You don't want that kind of thing in their head when they're young. This is easy, it's harmless, it's fun. It's just pure play. It's pure enjoyment. You could even make a tournament out of it if you want to. You could have such a blast with this. We're the only place that has this though, guys. Remember, we have actually a machine that's a tabletop design like this. Online, it has 2 games and it's over $200. We have a giant upright that's $500 like the more traditional machine. And guess what? It has the flex, that's great, but it doesn't offer the versatility. We have 2 games, that's $200. We've done 4 games. This is the only unit, actually we have 8 different games per unit. By far, the Pac-Man is selling the fastest. If you're gonna grab the Pac-Man, you definitely wanna get it before it's sold out. And what we have for the rest of holiday season is it. I mean, this will get a couple more airings and then it's gonna be gone, and then that's it for the holiday. So I know you're watching and you're saying, oh my gosh, that'd be perfect to give to my sister's family. Or, oh my gosh, I've got that really hard to buy for guy in my life. I have no idea what he wants. Trust me, he will love this. And I like that too, you know what, Bill, because if it's a family gift, it's something that everyone really can enjoy. It truly is a family gift.
That's just it. You can get this for dad, but the kids are going to play. The wife's going to, everyone's going to play. I mean, dad always gets a little short end of the stick sometimes. But you know what? He won't care because it's something he can do with them, or the kids will get enjoyment out of it. And that's another thing. Sometimes it might be an indulgence, but when it's easy to set up and easy to plug in, that's when you're going to play it. Because we talk ourselves out of, oh, Monopoly would be fun tonight, but I don't want to set it up and do all this. You just can pop out and put away. Remember, I'm going to pop this off real quick because I just wanted to realize this is just a standard door, and I have the brackets. That's why I didn't want to do it live on TV. But notice that footprint. That artwork is all there. It's a very slim profile, which is great. And this was the door to the garage, but now it's my gaming system. Or more importantly, we set it up for when people were coming over and it was something they could all play. And then I wanted to put it away. It's one piece and one cord. And that's really where they made it easy for us to set it up, put it away. I appreciate that footprint because if we have a big gaming room, we can still have, you can get both of them if you want. You have 16 games. If I was to have 16 arcade machines lined up in a bedroom or the kids' room, there would be no room for the kids. There'd be no room for us. That's why this footprint is just really phenomenal for a variety of reasons. You just got to get it home. They're going to love the gift. They're going to love the nostalgia and realize everything you need is right there in that box.
Okay, I decided to do Pac Land. Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. I've never played this one before. Oh, so he's running through the land and he's got to get fruits and he's got to grab things and he hops. Boy, isn't this, wait, what did I do? Oh, a bird flew out of my head or something did. Oh, it's a break time. Okay, I'm not sure. Look how hysterical this is. Oh, I don't want to hit the cactus, that would hurt. But see, I got to jump up high to get the cherries. I just got to figure out how to get there. Maybe if I jump really high. Isn't this hysterical? This is called Pac Land. That's the one I'm playing with now. And so each level is a new discovery. It is the authentic experience. This isn't sort of a remade version of it. It's the real thing. You know what's really kind of cool too is the jogs. Hear this, can you hear it? Hear the clicky? Remember that sound of the original machines we used to play on? It's there. The buttons act and behave exactly like the buttons should. And here's one other little side note, because you can tell I'm such a mom. I love it because there's a really heavy-duty plastic cover here. So if somebody puts a beer down or a drink down or someone spills or there's a bunch of fingerprints and you want to clean it up, you can. It's just not paper that's going to get warped or ruined as this is used year after year, which is awesome. All right, guys, again, if you want the Pac-Man, it is the most popular right now. Tonight we have free shipping, which is great. We have 5 flex pays. You're going to pay it off in 5 months. And you know what? You get to play it till the end of January. If everybody's not really thrilled and having a ball around this, you can still send it back at the end of January with our extended return policy, and we'll refund your money. So tonight you go, yeah, that's the perfect family gift. I finally found it. And you know what? I love it too, guys. If you want us to deliver it directly to your family, because you know, it's a big box. You saw Bill's box, right? It's huge. You don't want that sent to your house for free and then you got to reship it. Tell us to send it to that family and then say, hey sis, please wrap it up, stick under your tree. That's the family gift. Don't open it till Christmas. So we'll, for that same free shipping, send it directly to someone. We'll just bill you. It's called Delivery Direct. And we have so many people who are using it for the first time this year because they know they're not going to see family members and they don't want to pay for extra shipping to have to get it at home and then ship it themselves. So take advantage of that. Hey, Bill, can you pull that box up again? And I would love you to go over the 3 ways that you can utilize this.
Gotcha. So yes, in the big box comes the machine all assembled. And then yes, you do have 3 ways. I showed you the over the door. These brackets are included, full metal, so it's kind of heavy. That's why free shipping, great. The wall mounting bracket, that's included. Even the hardware, the screws and the eyelets and all of that. And then there's feet right over here. So you can attach feet too to the bottom of it if you want it to be more stable and sturdy. Arcade1Up thought of everything. This is why they won Tech Toy of 2019 for not reinventing the most complicated piece of technology, but bringing back nostalgia. This footprint is unique because the one they won the award for was that big, large freestanding one. So you can see actually the 3 ways right there, over the door, wall mounted, or tabletop. But what I was trying to tell you is they got the award for the larger one, which kind of, you know, could take up the size of your Lazy Boy if you, and all kind of that big. But the same size screen is in the Partycade. Oh, perfect. Thank you, guys. So you can see that's the freestanding unit that we sell. That's double the price, an hour of assembly. The one thing they have in common is that screen size. So they didn't make it smaller because the Partycade frame is smaller. They just made sure that screen and the gaming experience was just as big and just as vibrant. But now we have 8 games, $25 of games, of nostalgia, fun, and no matter which one you pick, it's easy to set it up and pick and plug it in and play it. And that's when you're really gonna have hours of fun, because not just the setup, but when the gaming is easy, when it's like, oh, you know what, I want to try something different. I want to try, Galaga or Galaxian. Boom. And the thing is, I'm sure some of us are, a little nervous. Haven't done it before. I've seen 6-year-olds get on here, and they're just excited because they beat mom's score. Or, us around the network, we've had these out in the studio, and then we see people coming in from all different corners of culinary and fashion to our electronics den because they want to play, because we all could use a little break sometimes. And then we're not getting online. It's easy gaming, and it is that little bit of nostalgia. I mean, these rewind cafes where you can go back and play in an arcade, they're really popular. And one, we can't play for a quarter anymore, Suzanne.
Yeah,
We're dating ourselves when we say a quarter.
Right.
Now it's so much more expensive. But you said it earlier. I mean, we could only get as good as the amount of money we brought to the arcade.
Right.
Now we can practice and enjoy it and really fall in love
And you know what, let's say it's always been your dream to be get to all the levels in Pac-Man. I mean, guess what? You actually have the potential of doing that now because you have it at home and it doesn't cost you a fortune with quarters going in one after another. I want to come over here too, because remember, you're getting all the mounts. You're getting the mount to put it on the wall. You're getting the mount that actually just goes over the door. And this is totally adjustable. I mean, it's really adjustable. So if you want this much lower, it's great. What I like about the countertop is it's much more comfortable because you can put it on your kitchen table, a countertop. You can put it on a bar height, a bar, like if you have like a den downstairs and you've got bar tables, it's great for that. But I like it because you can put it on the floor. So if you have the really little ones, they can literally sit cross-legged in front of this and they can just be there playing the games and learning them, and you can be sitting around watching at the same time, or play against each other, because there is 2-player on all of the machines that you see. So you can be competitive and you can have that fun. And wouldn't this be cool to introduce your kids or your grandkids to games you used to play? And trust me, I think they're gonna be completely enamored with this, because so often we have our noses stuck in our phones and in our tablets, and that kind of experience where we're all sitting around the living room. This is where everybody gathers and they laugh and they watch and oh, dude, you just got hit. Oh, you just got eaten. It's really fun. And if I were to sit and watch some of the games my son plays, I'm sorry, they're uncomfortable games for me to watch. That would not be an enjoyable evening watching my son play those bust 'em up, shoot 'em up, really, quite frankly, violent games. That's just not, I'm not comfortable sitting there with him. This is not something, I mean, he's an adult now, he can do it, but I don't want to sit there with him. But with this, we would all totally get into this. And as a mom, I'm comfortable with this. I want to play. I want to get, the kids or the grandkids on here to play with me. And that's where the memories come, and that's where the laughter comes, and that's where those special moments come. It's doing something like this. It's much more than just an arcade. It's really that bringing it together family experience. And let's say you're just a 20-something watching, maybe you're just cruising through the channel and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. Trust me, if you bring this to the next party someone hosts, everybody's gonna lose their mind. They'll be like, what in the world, Pac-Man, are you kidding me? And I know, Bill, you talked about that too. You actually went to an 80s party, right?
Yep. My friend's 40th birthday, same age as Pac-Man. I walked in with the Pac-Man and everyone's like, are you kidding? Okay, the leg warmers and all that are cool, but really? They all got on here. They jumped around from game to game. And Suzanne, you said it perfectly. It's one thing that the kids are going to get on here and have fun, but what are they going to remember? Are they going to remember the high score? No. They're going to remember when Grandma was laughing so hard because she was being chased by the goat. Those shared moments. Because as you mentioned, the gaming today, we can't sit down and play together. This we can definitely do. Easy setup, easy enjoyment, tons of versatility in terms of where you play it, and even all the amount of games that you get to play. And that's where you can really just bring some life back into the house, not just for Christmas, but for winter time, for the whole year, because we're home, might as well make it fun. And actually, if you do want to add a few things, we have great scoreboards and stools available if you want to pick up some of those, because Arcade1Up really wants you to take out your house for a good time. And see, you'll get better next time. You don't have to worry about quarters, and that's where it's the
cool
nostalgia
game,
of what they gave us. And that's where if you send one to someone or if you get it to your house, they will be excited about it. Because, sometimes you do. Have you ever got the kid the bike and they play with the box instead of the bike? They will play with this, or more importantly, you'll play with it and the parents will play with it. Everyone will want to get their turn at this. You mentioned the brackets. I did want to just point out, this is that wall, that over the door, shoe organizer type thing. put it over the door, and yes, totally adjustable for the littler kids. And I'm also sitting on our Pac-Man stool. I don't know how many we have left or any available, but you have a choice of stools. You get whichever artwork you want, and then it comes to you at an adjustable height. So you can pick the height for littler kids or smaller kids. I didn't think I would use these nearly as often as I do. I bring it into the kitchen and my office because I want to sit a little taller. Something when we launched this last year we didn't have because we had a prop on set, but people wanted to buy our props. They came up with this scoreboard. Dry erase board, metallic, so you can actually turn it into a bulletin board if you'd like. But as Suzanne was saying, set up a tournament, keep high score. Mom could be like, oh, look what happened while you were at school today. Beat that score, kids. Because this is what might be, you know, in the family room, in the pantry or the mud room, wherever you want to put it, because it is that ideal footprint. Because remember, only this footprint of the Partycade is available at HSN. Anywhere else in retail, because you'll find Arcade1Up, it's going to either be that bigger, more expensive unit, or even a smaller unit where the screen size, it's not 17 inches. It's less than 8 inches, and it's 2 games. So this is just a win-win, more bang for your buck.
And we're the only place, as Bill said, this is it. This is the only place you can find it. Because I love you, but I know what you do because I'm a customer too. You're like, oh, I'm gonna go check around. I'm sure it's gonna be elsewhere. Nobody, absolutely nobody has nor will they have this version with 8 games and that full-size screen. That's really important. And they don't even have the ability to do tabletop, wall mount or back, you know, the door mount. They don't, this is the only place you can get it, is right here. And unfortunately, about a week ago, we started out with 3. We had Ms. Pac-Man, but she sold out. Now we have Pac-Man and we have Centipede. It's got the authentic ball roller, which is important because I think a lot of times if you remember Centipede, you're like, well, does it have that on there? Or did they kind of short-sighted it or kind of work around? No, look, it's got the real thing. So when you're playing with it, again, it's that authentic, crazy, fun experience. Look at the graphics. Remember the little guys that were on there? Look, this is it. It's this exact moment, that great experience you remember when you were younger. And if you didn't remember this when you were younger, because maybe you are kind of young, get this at home and trust me, your entire family will laugh and they'll play and great memories will be built around this. I promise you, it is such a great, awesome gift idea. All right, Bill, I'm gonna let you go for a minute. No, we got something else coming up. You're gonna stay with me, aren't you?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do some flying.
Okay, those UFOs are crazy.
Aren't they cool?
And they're coming up next, guys. Okay, so stay with us because Bill's going to stay with me. Coming up, oh, let me tell you what happened. We had a great today.